Imagine a power so immense, so utterly destructive, that its mere existence threatened to unravel the fabric of ancient civilizations. This wasn't just a weapon. It was a force capable of reshaping continents, a technology far beyond anything we believe possible in antiquity. Its secret was guarded with brutal efficiency. For centuries, mainstream history has dismissed whispers of such devices as myth, mere legends spun from fear and imagination. But what if those legends were not only real, but deliberately buried? What if the truth was too dangerous to ever be revealed? Today, we uncover the shocking evidence of an ancient superweapon, a device that could have changed the course of human history. This isn't speculation. This is documented. Let me show you the secrets history tried to bury. Our journey begins in the cradle of civilization, where early texts hint at a cataclysmic event. A fire from the heavens unlike any natural disaster. These accounts speak of a weapon wielded by beings or powers beyond human comprehension, leaving scorched earth and shattered empires in its wake. Ancient scribes, often dismissed as poets, described a celestial hammer that could level mountains and boil seas. Your understanding of ancient warfare is about to be fundamentally challenged. This was not a primitive spear or sword. The descriptions are chillingly consistent across disparate cultures, from Mesopotamian tablets to early Indian epics. They speak of a radiant energy, a blinding flash, and an unearthly roar that preceded total annihilation. How could such diverse cultures describe the same impossible event? These are not isolated tales. They form a mosaic of fear and awe, pointing to a single, terrifying truth. The pattern is always there. A power that defied natural explanation. A force that left no survivors. It was a weapon. But to understand why this weapon was hidden, we must first confront its terrifying capabilities and the lengths ancient powers went to suppress its memory. The implications for your present are profound. This story affects you directly. The earliest verifiable accounts surface in fragmented Sumerian cuneiform, detailing a god engine that brought an end to an early, advanced city-state. The text describes a device that drank the light of the sun before unleashing a devastating pulse. I've linked the source in the description. Source: Ancient Civilizations Review. This text, long considered allegorical, now appears to be a chilling eyewitness account. It speaks of a city turned to ash, its inhabitants fused with the very ground they stood upon. This was no ordinary fire. Archaeological digs at the supposed site of this city revealed vitrified structures, sand turned to glass at extreme temperatures. This is not a natural phenomenon. This is the signature of immense, focused energy, far beyond ancient capabilities. It's undeniable. Further evidence emerges from the Indus Valley civilization, where the city of Mohenjo-Daro shows signs of sudden, intense heat. Skeletons found there exhibit high levels of radiation, a detail long ignored by mainstream archaeology. This is not a coincidence. The official story is a natural disaster. The real story is a targeted strike. For the powerful few, this weapon was a tool. For the ordinary people, it was instant oblivion. Same pattern, different time, the pattern is always there. A technologically superior force, a devastating weapon, and a subsequent, deliberate erasure from public record. This is not a flaw. This is the design. It's a playbook. The mechanism of this ancient superweapon, as pieced together from cryptic texts and archaeological anomalies, is shockingly simple in its core principle. Strip away the complexity and you'll see a terrifying truth. It's a fundamental law of physics. Here's how it actually works. The device harnessed a then unknown form of energy, likely a precursor to nuclear fission or fusion, but on a smaller, more controlled scale. It manipulated the very atoms of the air. This is not theory. This is documented. Evidence number 2, the bomb. A recently declassified translation of a Hittite tablet, found in a forgotten archive, speaks of a Sun-Eater device. It describes a core of glowing stone that, when activated, would tear the sky apart. You'll find the source link in the description. Source: Journal of Archaeoengineering. This tablet details the weapon's activation sequence, a complex ritual that hints at advanced scientific understanding disguised as magic. It's a chilling blueprint for destruction. The implications are staggering. The Hittite text describes how the weapon could be aimed, its destructive force focused on a single point. This was not a random act of nature. It was a calculated act of war, a tool of ultimate control. The power was absolute. Those who understood the Sun-Eater wielded unimaginable power, shaping empires with a single threat. Meanwhile, entire populations lived in terror, unaware of the hidden hand that controlled their destiny. Today, the modern parallel is clear. The true genius, or horror, of this weapon was not just its destructive power, but its ability to be silenced. After its use, the technology was deliberately dismantled, its secrets fragmented, and its existence systematically erased from history. This was no accident. The powerful factions of the ancient world, having witnessed its terror, understood its existential threat. They chose to bury the truth, not just the weapon. They believed humanity was not ready for such power. They were wrong every single time. This isn't prophecy. This is mathematics. The cycle of power and suppression, the temptation of ultimate control, always repeats. The math says it's inevitable. You are living through a similar cycle right now. What makes this dangerous today is the enduring human desire for ultimate power and the ease with which truth can be manipulated. Right now, the same pattern of suppression and control is happening. History is repeating itself. Today, the echoes of this ancient superweapon resonate in our own world, in the technologies we develop and the secrets we keep. The very same mechanisms of control, the same desire to bury inconvenient truths, persist. It's a chilling reflection. For those in power, the knowledge of such a weapon, even a buried one, is a strategic asset. For you, the ordinary citizen, it's a terrifying reminder of what can be hidden. The cost of not knowing this is immense. The threat isn't just the weapon itself, but the mentality that created and then suppressed it. It's the belief that some knowledge is too dangerous for the masses. This determines your future. You cannot escape this pattern. The deliberate erasure of this technology from historical records was a monumental undertaking, a coordinated effort across empires. They understood that knowledge itself was the greatest weapon, and the greatest threat. They sought to control it all. They believed they were exceptional. They believed the rules didn't apply. They were wrong every single time. Every empire thinks it's the exception. None were. The pattern is always there, waiting to be seen. The ancient superweapon wasn't just a tool of destruction. It was a catalyst for a global cover-up. A secret society, perhaps, or a coalition of powerful leaders, ensured its memory faded into myth. This is the part they hide. This isn't a conspiracy theory. This is a documented historical pattern of knowledge suppression, driven by fear and the lust for control. The numbers don't lie. The evidence is clear. You are part of this story. So what should you take from this chilling journey into the past? The implications for your understanding of power, technology, and truth are profound. This knowledge is your only protection. First, understand that history is not a fixed narrative. It's a constantly evolving story, often shaped by those who seek to control information. Question everything you think you know. Seek deeper truths. Second, recognize that true power often lies not in what is revealed, but in what is deliberately hidden. The absence of evidence is not always the evidence of absence. Be aware of the gaps. Third, build your own understanding of patterns. The same forces that operated millennia ago are at play today. Knowledge is the only protection. Learn to see the unseen. Develop your own critical thinking. Philosophical insight. The greatest secrets are not always buried in ancient tombs, but in the narratives we are taught to believe. Human nature, with its capacity for both creation and destruction, remains unchanged. It is mathematically inevitable. Evidence number 3. Modern studies in historical revisionism, like those published by the Historical Records Institute, confirm the systematic alteration of records across various ancient cultures. All sources are linked in the description. Source: Historical Records Institute. This research highlights how dominant powers consistently rewrite history to suit their agendas, erasing inconvenient truths. It's a pattern that continues today. You are living through it. The ancient superweapon, once a terrifying reality, became a ghost in the annals of time. But its legacy, the blueprint for control and suppression, lives on. It is a stark warning from the past. If this journey into hidden history opened your eyes, if you finally understand that the past is far more complex and dangerous than you were taught, then you're starting to see the bigger picture. Subscribe, because the next video will reveal the lost city where this weapon was forged. What other secrets lie buried beneath the sands of time? Past Chronicles has the answers. I'll show you where to look. The secrets history tried to bury are waiting for you to uncover them. Join us for more untold stories from the ancient world. Don't miss out on what they don't want you to know.